Hi there! Well, today's video is a review for the Dior 5-color eyeshadow palette in number 754 Rosy Tan. It looks like this. As you can see, it's a beautiful collection of neutral eyeshadows, just a gorgeous spring and summer palette. It would actually go well any time of year, but I was just particularly drawn to it for the spring and summer. If you saw my recent Sephora VIB sale haul, you see that I picked this up. It's been on my wish list for a very long time, but now just seemed like the right time to go for it. It's normally priced at $60, so I was really happy to be able to get this at 15% off. So if you're interested in seeing more of my thoughts on this palette, then just keep watching. Okay, I'm going to start by going over all of the shadows and the colors that you can find in this palette. So the first one down here in the corner is a light pink. Then moving on here is a chocolate brown. In the center, you have an ivory pearl. In this corner, it is a taupe shimmer. And in this corner is probably the most matte of the shades, and this is just a simple taupe. All of the colors are very neutral. If you're very fair-skinned like I am, you're going to see a little bit more pop of color with these. This is the look that I am wearing today, and I actually used every color in this palette. If you're more dark-skinned, I think these are going to show up with a little bit more shimmer and sheen on your lid. Nothing over the top. This is not too glittery. This is not too shimmery in any way. This just has a beautiful sheen to it. And even the most glittery shade, I hesitate to call it glittery, but even the one that appears to have the most glitter or shimmer here in the corner really does blend down, and that shimmer sort of appears more in the pan than it does on your lid. Now, if you are of a medium skin tone, this is probably going to represent more of a no makeup look for you because it is rosy tan, as the name would indicate. Some of these shadows may not stand out as well on your lid, but you're still going to get a beautiful, neutral, everyday look no matter your skin tone. The formulation of these is very high quality. They're very silky, buttery smooth. They go on effortlessly. It doesn't require a lot of work to pack on the color, but at the same time, they're not so densely, richly pigmented that you have a hard time blending them. This palette actually almost really seems to blend itself. I find that when I apply these colors, there's very little blending that I have to do from the transition between one color and the other. It almost seems to do it itself, and I probably work to pack the most color on the lid, but everything else just transfers it just exceptionally. This is a wonderful palette. I am so happy that I picked it up. I probably should mention also that this does not have any fragrance to it whatsoever. I can't detect any kind of fragrance. Now, for me, how I wear this is I put this color here all over the lid. I put this color in my crease. I go back into this corner with the chocolate brown for a little bit of outer V definition. I use the pink color as my inner corner highlight. And finally, the middle color here I use as my brow bone highlight. So that is the complete look that I'm wearing today. This is a look that I would reach for if I was working in a professional environment, if I wanted a daytime look, an evening look. There really probably is not an occasion where this palette would not be appropriate. It is just so elegant, so sophisticated, and so neutral and wearable. I just don't really have any drawbacks to this palette. Probably if I had to pick out one thing that surprised me a little, or maybe might be a slight drawback, is that I'm not able to use this dark color in the corner as my liner shade. Usually when I get a palette like this, I will immediately go to the dark color to wear as my eyeliner. And I found that this was not quite richly pigmented enough for me to do that. Now, if you don't want to wear an eyeliner or you want a really subtle liner, this would absolutely work. And I have used it for that. But if I really want a well-defined liner like I'm wearing today, I do have to use something outside of this palette. That being said, I am getting all the pigment and color that I would need from this palette. This for me is an all-in-one palette, and what I mean by that is this is something that I would grab and go for vacation. This has everything I need here. I feel like I can use all 5 shadows in the palette, or I can just pick 2 of them for an everyday look. I could even just pick this color here for an all over my lid wash and be done with it. This really is a fabulous palette. You are paying a little bit more for $60, but I think that this is something that I will use down to the point where I hit pan on it. This is a classic. It's not going to go out of style. You can utilize the colors for a simple day look. You can punch it up a little bit for a nighttime look. And like I said, there is probably no occasion that I can think of where something like this would not be appropriate. So for me, especially since I got it with a VIB sale at 15% off, it was worth every penny. And knowing the quality of it now, I would probably pay full price. I would replace it when I need to. This is a fantastic palette. I highly recommend it. I really cannot think of any other cons to this palette other than the price, which might be a deterrent for some people, but I would really encourage you to swatch this, see the quality for yourself, see how easily it blends, and just give it a shot before you just say no because of the price, because the quality and value really is there. So that is it. I thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you very soon. Bye-bye.